Hey guys, welcome back to Gear Forward. My name's Paul, and today we're taking a look at some EDC hygiene items that I think you guys might be interested in. Now, hygiene on the go is something that I believe in quite a lot, be it that you're out for longer than expected, maybe you're doing like a little bit of a light packing overnight, or maybe it's just the summer and you're really sweaty. Just having some EDC items can really help improve the quality of your life, keep you clean, and just make you all around just a nicer smelling person to be around. So I have a little bit of list of things to go through today, so let's start off with keeping that breath at bay, shall we? Now, the item I've chosen for this is Colgate Wisp brushes. Now, I know that Listerine also does strip things, but I prefer these because you're actually scrubbing the plaque from your teeth, which both feels nicer and, let's be realistic, getting that gunk off of your teeth better in the long run. I do also tend to keep a tub of sugar-free gum in the car just to freshen up my breath as well, but this I think is more appropriate. They come in a multi-pack that is somewhat resealable. I would advise throwing them in a Ziploc rather than relying on this since they're going in your mouth. But let me take one out to show you. As you can see, we basically just have a small toothbrush. Now these bristles are incredibly soft but nice and firm, and this little gel bead in the middle will start to break down and dissolve to give you that minty freshness once it mixes with your saliva. And on the other hand, we have a little bit of a pick, which is pointy enough to really get in there, but the material is actually nice and soft enough that I have successfully stabbed myself in the gums with this and can confirm it wasn't as bad as I was expecting. That we'll call that a test, not me being clumsy. But these are just little brushes that you carry around when, say, after you take an unexpected nap, or you've had lunch, you need to freshen up. Maybe you have coffee breath. You take one of these guys out, you go to town scrub your tongue as well, get that breath nice and fresh. And when you're done, you just throw them away. I would not really advise carrying a whole multi-pack with you unless you just want to throw them in your bag or your car and be done with it. But a smaller Ziploc carrying a few of these is what I'd recommend, and to be honest, since I got these, I am a really big fan. They make you feel surprisingly fresh. It's not as good as properly brushing your teeth, but it's pretty good for on-the-go solution, and nobody wants to talk to you when you have coffee breath, so this is actually a pretty solid solution. Keeping with the theme of odors, I also recommend a roll-on. Now, you can get smaller, more travel size aerosols. That can be a little bit of a hassle at times, especially if you want to use this in a car or otherwise enclosed space, or perhaps like you're just nipping into a storeroom or locker room that doesn't have the best ventilation. For on the go, like roll-ons really are a good solution. I tend to prefer some that are antiperspirant, just because I sweat, and I need help preventing more sweating. But these, in conjunction with a little bit of freshening up, go a long way. And on the topic of that freshening up, I strongly recommend you guys carry some wet wipes. Now, these are branded as facial wipes. They've got a little bit of peppermint and tea tree oil and whatnot in them. Baby wipes also work really well, especially if you have sensitive skin. Not only can you wipe down your face, but your pits, your back, just get a general little bit of a squatty wash just to freshen up. And then when you're done, you can hit yourself with a little bit of roll-on and a spray if you choose to carry that instead, and get nice and fresh to carry on. Now, this is not a shower, but for some people in certain situations, it is definitely better than nothing. And I like to carry these, or most of this stuff really, in a backpack that I keep in my car for when I'm out and about working, and it just really helps to just keep fresh throughout the day. Especially now that the days are getting longer and the temperatures are rising. As summer is slowly approaching, days are going to get hotter and you're going to start sweating more. So as well as wet wipes, I find this is a very useful item. This is a microfiber towel. You can get them in all kinds of sizes. This is kind of a medium size. Microfiber towels are great because they're very lightweight, they're very soft, but they absorb a lot of water considering how thin and light they are. And they tend to dry reasonably quickly once you wring them out and just hang them up. I primarily use this for just quick wiping sweat and whatnot, but it's also great if you get caught in a rainstorm, just toweling off your hair, your hands, that kind of thing, just to stop yourself getting soaked. And this is a medium size. You can get smaller, but even this honestly surprisingly large towel does pack down very small and goes along great with those wet wipes and deodorant, just to give you a nice freshen up in the middle of the day. What if you need a little bit more scrubbing? What if you also need to perhaps clean up a spill during the middle of the day? That's where these guys can come in really handy. These are compressed towels. You're probably more familiar with this form of one. They're sometimes called like emergency toilet paper, which, yeah, you could certainly use these as toilet paper, I guess, but you should certainly not flush them. They will clog a drain real quick. So how these work is basically the larger the original size, the larger the towel you're going to get at the end of them. They're great for freshening up, again, pits, face, that kind of thing, or cleaning up spills. And when they're dry, they're actually pretty good dusters. But you just add all these to a little bit of water, and then, well, actually, let's show you. So here we have the coin version out of the package. You can see that when we put it into this cup of water, it is going to start expanding quite rapidly. Wring that out. And then even that small coin version actually unfolds to quite a decent size towel. That's great for, you know, just like cleaning up if you get a little bit of muddy, wiping off sweat, wiping off surfaces. And this is actually surprisingly strong material. Now, you can rip it, but this is actually surprisingly strong. It's a lot better than trying to use tissues for the same thing, which again, also recommend you carry tissues. But this is great. I wouldn't really recommend this as a toilet paper alternative because no, but for carrying around just for cleanup, either in addition to wet wipes or instead of, I can highly recommend these weird little marvels. And moving on, let's talk about disinfecting specifically our hands. So now you might be most familiar, especially after the last few years, with this. This is just antibacterial hand gel. I tend to just refill this up from a much larger container. I think it's probably a couple gallons, maybe. You can buy it online in bulk like that. It comes with a pump so that you can just set that big container up and just use it in a high traffic area if you want. But I really like just decanting it into small ones for easier use. And, you know, it's nice. It's generally pretty nice on the hands if you get the aloe version. It's really useful. But some alternatives for that are antibacterial hand wipes. This Clinell brand is actually pretty good, although depending where you are, they can be a little pricier. And I also am quite a fan of this. This is a antibacterial spray, apparently pharmaceutical grade alcohol, but it's very good in the fact that it will evaporate from your hands quickly after you wipe them down, so you're not left with like oily or slimy hands like you can be with some brands of the hand gel. And I'm actually a big proponent of decanting stuff like this, like with the big one into the small one, into more easily carryable containers. Now, this is not big. You could easily just put this in a backpack or a coat pocket or whatnot. But I prefer to decant it into this small little spray. This is 10 milliliters, and this is more than enough to clean your hands a few times, as well as potentially clean a surface if you really want to. And it's just a more easy, approachable way to carry this kind of thing. What I hear you say, what if you want some good old-fashioned soap and, you know, the public bathroom or the restaurant bathroom is out of it? Well, that's where these adorable little guys come in. Now, of course, you don't have to get the cute containers, but why wouldn't you get the cute containers? Look at them. But these are basically as if somebody took a grater to a bar of soap. They're little soap sheets. Let's get them on out for you guys to see. So very small, very thin. It's literally just a sliver of soap that you carry around in this convenient little case. And when you need to wash your hands, you just take a little bit of water to it. And it's just soap. It's just a bar of soap, but in an easy to carry form factor. The appealing thing about this is that it's great for thoroughly washing your hands properly, but it's also incredibly cheap. Each one of these containers comes with 50 sheets. I got all 3 containers for $3.50, I think, from Amazon, delivered next day. And of course, whimsical colors. But I bet I'll try and put links to everything down in the description below, affiliate links as well, no extra cost to you, but help out the channel. But these are very affordable, and carrying soap in such an easy way is a bit of a no-brainer for me. Even if you just keep this in the console of your car, I can't count how many times I wanted to like wash my hands properly in a public bathroom, and either the dispensers are empty or sometimes just not there. Sometimes they have been forcibly removed from the wall, which I don't understand. But hey, this can really help you get out of that tight spot. And since we've washed our hands, what about we move into something that's more in the maintenance side of hygiene? Specifically kind of maintaining our appearance beyond just cleaning the gunk off of our bodies. Now, this is what I carry. This is a number 2 Chicago comb carbon fiber version, and I use this as a beard comb. I have short hair, but I have a decently long beard, and this is really great. You might want to consider carrying a longer comb, perhaps a hairbrush maybe. And you could also include things like hair ties and stuff like that, depending on the length of your hair, or if you have people in your life that have things that would benefit from that. And I'm including a SAC Classic here just because it's really what I use for this kind of stuff. But I cut my nails with these scissors on a 58mm, which is convenient because they also have a passable nail file on them. So carrying one of these just is great if you break a nail, get a hangnail, that kind of thing. You can quickly and easily deal with it. And as somebody with a mustache, it's great to be able to trim an errant hair that keeps going in your mouth every time you're trying to eat, or more painfully, that keeps getting caught in the lip of a can you're drinking from. That is times where scissors are a big yes. So yeah, whilst I use a Classic or other 58mm for this, you might consider carrying small nail clippers. I know that the Victorinox makes a pretty decent one. There's a lot of like EDC friendly clipper models like on the market, or you could just carry just a normal size of clippers. Let's be real, most nail clippers are not particularly large. But I think just having something so that you can actually maintain yourself in this way on hand is generally a good idea, even if you keep it in a car or a backpack, not necessarily in your pockets. So this has been just some ideas to get the ball rolling. I really recommend that you guys just have stuff like this on hand. It's really nice, and not just for yourself, just to be able to offer to other people should they need it as well. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you like these items? Do you have any others to suggest? Do you use any other items that you like, or have you used some things that I've shown that you actually hasn't worked out for you? Let me know down below. Whilst you're there, I would appreciate if you subscribe to the channel and like this video. It does greatly help. And if you'd like to support the channel more directly, then please consider using our affiliate links, or if you would like to support financially, then please consider using Coffee for one-time donations, or Patreon or YouTube membership for subscription models. Until next time, I've been Paul, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.